let's go ahead and have a look at the big news coming in at this point of time that we have been tracking. This news coming in of a blast in Kabul. In fact, a report coming in from Kabul, a bomb has exploded near the main gate of the Gurdwara there. In Afghanistan, a few minutes back, members of the Sikh and Hindu community are reported to be safe and further details are awaited. The shop where the explosion took place belongs to the minority Sikh community member. The shop owner says a bomb blast has taken place there. Explosion there near a Kabul Gurdwara. That's the big news coming in at this point of time. An attack there at a religious site there in Gurdwara. News coming in of this bomb blast. Now, what we know so far is that the members of the Sikh and Hindu community are reported to be safe. Right now, we're still waiting for some more details to come in. And the visuals you see on your screen are the exclusive visuals coming in from that site. I want to go across to our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kabul, who will get us some details. Abhishek, take us through the details we're getting at this point of time on this incident, which was reported just a few minutes ago.
Well, the report suggests, Shivangi, that the explosion took place outside of the Karte Parwan Gurdwara, but not exactly it seems that the Gurdwara itself was not the target because the bomb exploded at some distance. Remember, it was, I believe, on June 18th that the Gurdwara, in fact, was targeted, and that was second attack after Taliban has taken over at the Gurdwara. Taliban has taken over Afghanistan, and the Gurdwara was targeted in Kabul. And last time when this attack happened last month, there were at least 25 to 30 people inside. And though, of course, only one of those inside got killed, while assailants were also eliminated. In fact, this bomb explosion comes just 2 days after a very public statement that came from Taliban, from the Director General Office of the Minister of the State of Taliban, that the minority should be safe now and that Hindus and Sikhs should be returning back. But it seems that has not had any impact, and there are elements, if not the Taliban directly, then those who want to go beyond the Taliban, like for example the Islamic State in Khorasan province, which is active, and the Al Qaeda, and they are now targeting minorities in Afghanistan. So this could be that, as I said, the blast has happened just at some distance from the Gurdwara, but this Gurdwara itself has been targeted more than a couple of times. The last time was in last month itself, and just ahead of the Taliban takeover in August last year, the same Gurdwara was again targeted. Subsequent to which, of course, the Sikh minority community outside of Kabul has been targeted. For example, in the Baglan province. So I think it's important that the Taliban authorities really walk the talk. We have seen certain normalization of relationship between India and the Taliban regime there. Our embassy is functional again. We saw how Indian aid by way of wheat, for example, and other medicines during the COVID period, they have been flowing. In fact, recently there was this earthquake, almost 1,000 people that left 1,000 people dead in Afghanistan, and that time also Indian humanitarian aid was quickest to reach. So all those things have taken place. So I think that puts the onus really on Afghanistan, that they act quickly and see whether, again, it was Gurdwara Karte Parwan that was the target of this blast that has taken place. Reports suggest there are no casualties, no loss of life that has taken place. Maybe some damage to property. This was at some distance from the Gurdwara. But again, as I said, this is the third or fourth time that the Gurdwara has been targeted. It's the onus on Taliban now to really show that security is tight, that security is in control, that minorities can really return. For that to happen, these kind of incidents really have to stop.
Well, Abhishek, like you pointed out about the last attack which had taken place on June 18. That time, Abhishek, if you remember, Islamic State had claimed responsibility for that Kabul Gurdwara attack. Are there any hints that ISIS is behind this attack as well?
Well, it could be. It's too early. The blast has happened, Shivangi, just about an hour back, and we are still to gather more details as to who could be behind this, or whether the Gurdwara was in fact the target or not. It's just that we have seen the Gurdwara being targeted a lot of times earlier, and if this is again an instance where the same Gurdwara is targeted, then it would be an area of concern, which essentially means that there are some elements within the Afghan regime, or those or those perhaps inimical to the Afghan regime of Taliban. They don't want the minorities to return. This has happened just about half an hour back, in fact, Shivangi, and as of now, reports suggest that everyone inside is safe and that nobody has been harmed or injured. Or whether this was an act aimed at the Gurdwara, that remains to be found. As I said, this comes just 2 days after a call made by the Taliban regime that the minorities should return to Afghanistan and to Kabul, which means there is someone who wants to thwart that possibility of the minuscule minority in Afghanistan wanting to come back. Essentially, in the context of Afghanistan, the minorities are Hindus and Sikhs, and as I said, minuscule minority, just a few hundred of them. And even those are not welcome. That seems to be the message with this blast.
Well, Abhishek, also this incident has happened at a shop near the Gurdwara, but this particular Gurdwara was also attacked back in the month March of 2020. The attack on this Gurdwara had claimed many lives and left dozens injured. So we are seeing repeated attacks in and around this Gurdwara in Kabul. Abhishek, what does that really tell us about, Afghanistan, Kabul, and specifically when it comes to this particular religious site in Kabul?
Shivangi, remember when Taliban took over, when the Americans were leaving, there was a blast that took place outside of the Kabul International Airport, which led to the death of 7 or 8 American security personnel, American soldiers as well. And the blame was taken by the Islamic State of Khorasan province. So even as Taliban was taking over, the blast in fact was carried out by these extreme radical forces of pan-Islamic jihad like Islamic State and Al-Qaeda. So whether in this instance also, we have seen the June 18 attack, in fact, was taken, the responsibility for that was taken by ISKP. So whether the same organization is behind this attack, that remains to be found. But as I said, overall security is, Taliban is in charge. They should be doing something about it.
Right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, our senior executive editor Abhishek Kapoor.